So you can just confirm there on your side. And I am going to go through into the presentation so that I can give you the actual presentation. So Rita and I, 5 years ago, we literally didn't know anything about property. But over and above the years, we've had the opportunity where we went to school and we are continuously learning. And out of that, we decided, well, how best can we also take the same education? So we've been running our varsity for the last 3 years now. We've got a varsity that's called the M5 Property Varsity. How best can we take it to the other people, and other people, how can they learn? COVID came in and it hit us a little bit, so we were not able to run the classes as we used to do, but we were able actually now to go online. A lot of the lessons there has been, or the classes have been online, and again, it has worked well. So what we are looking for from an ambassador is someone who is able to take what we are going to give you in terms of content, in terms of information, and promote it in your own local area and build your own property business, right? How best can you inspire in your local area? How best can you impact people in your own areas? You can never do that if you don't connect with people. So I'm hoping that all of you that you are here today, you know how to connect with people. And over and above that, obviously, you'll be able to educate the people. If we can all go on mute, please, that would really help. So who is M5 Property Addicts? Well, like I did mention, we're a business that we started around about 5 years. To date, we have raised just below 100 million. We're in 5 cities. We've had investors that have come in to invest with us. We have created buildings that are student accommodation, business that are properties that are normal in the residential space. And that's what we do. But with that, we focus really on 2 things that I'd like to focus on, which is affordable housing and student accommodation within what we are going to be talking about today, right? I will touch on lifestyle housing a little bit, but within this particular spaces, that's what I want to focus on today. I hope that makes sense. So that makes sense to you guys. All right. Okay. Now, why do we need ambassadors here in M5? Well, ambassadors for us is going to be people you are going to be going out there so that you can create leads for us. People that can come in and invest with us, people that can come in to learn with us. And out of that, you are going to benefit from it. So what we are basically saying is that come in and join with us, and you can have your own independent business. You can start it with us, and you can grow it to as far as you want. It's pretty limitless in terms of what you can do with that business. But what is it going to do? It's going to increase sales so that at a national level, we are in different places. But for you, in terms of, the products that we do have, number one, there is commission that's coming through to you, but you don't have to go and recreate all of these products like what we have done, and you can grow with us. And there's a journey in terms of how you can be able to grow, in which I am going to talk to. So how will it work? There will be a program that we are going to design for the ambassador. So we are designing it and we are implementing it. So that is going to be online. In terms of, some of you have never sold anything to anyone before. Some of you have attended a little bit of programs where you've gone out to sell products and things like that. So I'm really taking that you don't know anyone, or you don't know how to sell. So we're going to help you in terms of how do you actually sell to other people, right? And that's the program. That's what we are going to do. That's number one. Then number two is that obviously we now need to be meeting regularly. Now, for some of you, you are going to be having big meetings in your own area, and you're going to have people that are going to come through. So we'll come in and support you in those initiatives, and that's the meetup that we're going to do. What I'm talking about here is that for once every 6 weeks, we will connect, do a bit of learning, and do a bit of inspiring versus others, how they're doing, how they're winning. And together, we can then be able to say, oh, I can do it this way. So someone else could be in Tsakani and they're doing it ABCD, and someone else could be in Soweto doing ABCD. And by us meeting together, we are all learning together, we are all learning from each other on how this thing is working. And for those that are going to be winning more, how best are they winning so that we can copy and paste in the other areas, right? Now, we're going to promote ourselves. So we'll have a bit of targets and there's campaigns around this. So we will do a campaign, let's assume that for investment, for instance, for the month of February, we will do, let's say, what we call no money down deals. And that's the campaign for that period. And all of us will have the information on what is a no money deal, how do we sell it to other people, what is the commission that you are going to be getting, and then you go out there and you promote it. Okay? And then you make your money. Over and above that, that campaign might finish and then we start another campaign. And it will continue like that. So simply put, this is how it's going to work, right? Oof, it looks like my colors are not great here. So I can speak to, I want to talk about the education piece. So the education piece is, so we're going to run all of this as a pilot. So this is a pilot. All of you guys are coming in as a pilot. So we're going to consider you as a pilot. So remember, we sell two things. We sell the education and we sell investments. So from an education perspective, we've got monthly subscriptions where people come through onto online and they subscribe onto the M5 Property Varsity and they pay $297. What we are saying to you is that, well, we have two options. First option is that we will give you a once-off payment, right? So the once-off payment is what you're going to get, which is a $297 for that person to subscribe. Or we will do what is called a shared model. So a shared model is basically for each month that person is subscribed to us, you will get an X amount, 100 Rand, something like that. Okay? So, but then there is going to be other courses, like for instance, we will have what we are going to be calling master classes. They will focus on different things. We'll communicate to you, and these classes will be 1,997. They could be online, they could be at a particular place, and if you sell those, you will get an 8%. Okay, so 8% will come to you. And as you can see, there's another course that's called Best Area. It's a 497. You get 30% of that. Conference, you get 597. You get 26%. But I'll send you all of this. Now, on the investment side, so all of our investments generally start at 100,000. So we are saying that if you are to get the investor coming through to us and this person wants to invest, you will get up to 2%. Okay? So you get a minimum of 1%, but you get up to 2%. So why do I say up to 2%? The more the investor is going to be investing with us, the more that you're going to be earning your commission there on up to 2%. Okay. Now, for some other people, they're going to be saying already, TJ, but how much money can I make out of all of this? Well, I did a little bit of rough calculations for you. Now, we're going to do this in levels. So for some people, they're going to do this on a pastime. So you're enthusiastic about property, but you know, this is not 100% something that you want to do all the time. And we are saying that if you are to do 5 sales of the educational, which is the subscriptions, and then 1 sale on an investment side, on that month, you stand to earn around about 3.5. Okay? If you become a governor is someone now who is selling a little bit harder out there, and they're selling 20 subscriptions in a month, and they're doing 5 investments on 500, boom, they're earning 12,000. But then you get to a person who is very much a president, kind of like, and they're doing this all the time. They're even having their own workshops. They're even having their own classes that they are their own workshops where, we can come in to support, because you've got 30 people that they are selling in a class for classes, and they are fundraising, let's say 10 investments with a minimum of 100,000. So that's $1 million that's being fundraised. Now you can start to earn around about 20,000, right? But more importantly, I want to speak to other people that are wanting to turn this into a business, right? So if you guys can continue being on mute, please, that'll be great. Thanks very much. So to people that are wanting to be a partner. So what is a partner? A partner is someone now who wants to go into property investments, but they are also running regular classes in their own area. So at minimum, they need to be fundraising over a period of time, a minimum of 3 million that they have raised. And they are also having regular classes. Now, this money here that they're going to be raising will be channeled now into the partnerships that we're going to have with this person. And our responsibility is, we do what we do, which is finding good properties. And then your money goes through and invest in there, which is the money that you're fundraising from other people. And we will then be able to craft all of this. So you're learning on the job, right? And over and above that, it's no longer 20 grand that you're making, but you're making quite, well, it's anything that you're making. So you're making money from the classes, on the commission, you're making money from the properties that you're now buying, obviously with the external monies that you have. So a partner is the really top end, or where someone can start, can end up to be. But you can start at pastime, go up to the mayor, to the governor, to the president. How do I move from one level to the next? It's by the sales, right? So if you sell consecutively for 2 months, 5 sales, 1 investment, the 3rd month, boom, you're a mayor. Again, you do 2 consecutive months on 10 sales on the education and 2 sales, boom, you're moving in onto the 3rd month into a governor. And the same thing up until you get to a partner, and you become a partner, you can do whatever that you want to do, and you are running your own business, okay? So you're running your own business. Okay, good. So what are the products that we are going to be selling? These are investments products. So we spoke earlier on about the educational products, but these are the investments products. So the investment products, we've got what we call the silver package. And this is a silver package. So you see on the left, on this side here, I hope you guys can see that, right? It's got, so this is a silver package for investments. What is the return on investment to the investor? So they invest 100,000, which is the minimum capital invested. They are going to get 14%, right? And what is the period? That's going to be a year. What is the frequency of that payment? It's a monthly payment. How much are they getting? They're getting 1,166. What is the money utilized for? There it is. And is the money guaranteed back? Yes, their capital is always guaranteed back. So this here is you kind of like one page and say you want to invest, boom, right? So you got your silver package, you got your gold package. That's now on 15%, but there's a difference now. Yes, it's a minimum of 100,000 investment, but this one, it pays out, the frequency is once a year, right? Oh, what about the platinum one? Well, the platinum one is very different. It's a targeted 16%, again, a minimum of 100,000, but there is no minimum period because this is about co-ownership. And when does it get paid? Twice a year, right? And how much? Well, depending on the fund performance, right? And then we go on to the diamonds. So there's a white diamond and a black diamond. White diamond, 18% per year, a minimum of 3 years, minimum of 100,000. And how do you get paid? Well, once in 3 years, capital plus interest. So which then basically means that this person on their 100,000, they are going to be getting paid 54,000 right at the end, right? But then you get on the 20%. You see, I hope this makes sense what I'm making reference to here. And we go all the way to no money deals. So what does a no money deal mean? All you need to do, well, the people that you're going to be selling to, they need to qualify nothing less of 2.5 million. And we're going to take that credit record of them, we're going to apply at the bank. And when we apply at the bank, there is no money that they are paying. It's just their credit, their surety that they're giving out to us. And they're going to be paid plus minus 200,000 that they're going to be getting paid. And when? At the end of the project. So our projects generally around about 8 months to around about 14 months. That's the duration there. So we say 12 plus minus 12 months. And these are building projects. That's what they are, right? So these are investments products. So you've got investments products on one side, and on the other side, you've got educational products. Can you focus on one or the other? Yeah, it's up to you. It's your business. We are here to help you to sell the right product that you want to sell. Do you just want to focus on investments? Awesome. Do you want to focus on both? Or do you just want to focus on education? Again, all of that is quite cool. Now, some of you who are here for the first time and you are thinking, whoo, how am I going to sell? I like this, but how am I going to sell? Word of mouth in your community, right? There's plenty of other areas where they talk about affiliate marketing. You can join those and you can also market there. You can run smaller events in your area, right? And we can come in and educate. And out of that, it is also planned because now you're going to have John, Susan, Peter, George, and all of you guys have events. So obviously we'll plan it and we'll prioritize how does it work. And some of it we might need to do it online, but the bottom line is that we'll be able to do it across board. And sometimes we might just be able to give you content. And then at the back of that, within our call center, we will be able to call those people and sell on your behalf. Your job is to look for leads. That's it. You look for the leads and our call centers then be able to drive that. Now, the sales support. So everyone, you are going to be looking for leads. And as the leads come in, we will give you access to our platform and you will load your leads there. But you should not load people that you haven't spoken to. It should be people that you've spoken to, because when we call them, we'll make reference of you. John says you are keen to invest on this, and then our call center agents, guys that are trained, we have relationship managers in the office, will be able to call and sell on your behalf. And then there's a bit of a process in the background. So when you load the leads, as and when we are working on the leads, you will see what is happening, what is the update, so that you can also go back to your person and have the conversation, the contracts that has gone out, and all of that will be updated onto the system. All right. Now, let's talk about something else. So for people that are wanting to go ahead onto this program, I am going to give you guys an opportunity a little bit later, but I just want to open up for questions, if there is questions on this. So I'm going to ask people to either raise their hands, or I'm going to go into the chat here and see the questions here to see whether there is any questions there that I can go in. Right, so allow me to do that. Right, Sibongile, how's it going? Sibongile is Sibongsen, sorry, Sibongsen, not Sibongile. Sibongsen, hi TJ, can we kindly record this presentation and share after my signal aids upload sometimes? Okay, you won't get the presentation, but you'll get the recording, right? You'll get the recording tomorrow, all of you guys, and it will be via email. Right. Andile, what if I introduce ambassador? Is there a commission? So what if you introduce someone else and that person is going to be an ambassador? Not really. So the introducer is more around introducing people that are going to invest and people that are going to be learning about property investment. If you are introducing another ambassador, then maybe it's a partnership that you need to do with them, right? And you can become the ambassador. The two of you can become the ambassadors. Okay. Tato is asking the question, yes, what is the cost of the program? The cost of the program, Tato, at the moment, this is a pilot. I'm going to run it free. Okay. However, we are going to charge 100 rand, right, per month for the education piece of you how to be an ambassador, right? So right now it's going to be free, but it's a pilot, like I did mention earlier on. And for the education piece that you're going to continuously get and all of those things, there will be 100 rand subscriptions, but I will communicate when we have closed the pilot. All right. Let me go on to the other question. Right. Tokozile, thanks for joining. Do you have to join the program in order to be an ambassador? Yes. So for you to be able to join and become an ambassador, so there's paperwork associated with this. So right at the end, I'm going to ask of you guys, those that are keen to be ambassadors. At the moment, it's free. But remember, I'm giving you IP to run your own business, right? So at some point, we're going to start charging for it. But at the moment, it's a pilot. And for those of you who are keen to be ambassadors, and in the chat, what I'm going to ask of you is to just type in, I am keen. And when you say I'm keen, you put in the email address that you utilize to sign in on here. And I'm going to ask the team, my administration team, to then collect all of those emails, and then we will fire the contracts out to you. What does the contracts talk about? The contracts talk about appointing you as the ambassador to say that you're working on our behalf. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we will talk about in the contract on how much we're going to pay you and where we are going to pay you. Obviously, now a banking account is going to be needed in there, and how often are we going to pay you? All right, so that's the contract. So the contract is there to protect you and to protect ourselves as well. Right, Ruben Mugodi says, please do explain the education side again. Right, not all of us knows how to sell, how to promote. Okay, for some of us, we've never done this before, right? No problem. That is the education that we are going to be teaching in terms of how do you become a promoter? How do you reach out to more people? And how do you create the leads? And the system that we are going to give you, how do you work on that system? And that's the education piece that I'm talking about. Further, and then further and above that, you are going to also have access to other information within M5 Property Addicts in terms of, let's say, education around property investment, student accommodation, and all of these things, especially for the people that are going to be running workshops. So you're running a workshop, you have 100 people that come in, and they have paid for the courses. You don't have to pay for the courses. You are going to be in the class with them, and obviously now you're going to learn, and that's the side of the education. So it's a two-ping sided. There's the education of becoming an ambassador, learn how to promote, and then there's the education, obviously, of the property education. All right. Madu Nase says, are we going to our links? I don't understand that one. Maybe I'll come back to you there, or maybe at the end. So Madunase, maybe what you can do, just raise your hand there, please. I'll come to you right at the end. I'm not so sure what was the question there. I can get it. Savela, I think that's the other person there.
I think the links probably refer to your affiliate links, TJ. So is everybody going to get their own link? No, because we'll be able to see who puts the details in, right? Or how do you see that?
Okay, so we've got a system. Madunatse, is that the? Maybe you can just unmute yourself. Did Rita explain it correctly? Okay, so I'm just going to respond on the basis on what Rita has just explained now. So we're not doing links. Those that are going to be going ahead with us, those that are going to sign contracts with us, okay? The first thing that you're going to get is the contract. You sign your contract. The second thing that you're going to get is going to get a workspace on our system. So you get a workspace on our system. On the workspace on our system, that's where you load your people, right? Your leads. And out of that, we will then work on your board, right? On your workspace, right? And when we are working on your workspace, you will be able to see we did call your person, and the person said A, B, C, D, and then you'll be able to see what is the progress on there. If we have managed to sell something to them, bingo, you know that there's commission coming through to you, right? So we're not asking you to go and sell to people. The ambassador is asking you to go and promote and have leads on your board. And then in the background, and when I say board, I just mean your workspace, right? And then in the background, our relationship officers in the office who have in-depth knowledge about investments, in-depth knowledge about the programs that are coming through, they will reach out to your person and then close them for you, sell them for you. Your job is to promote, create awareness, and that's how it's going to work. Right. Let me go to the next person. At what point can you cash in your 100K you have initially invested, should you wish to do so after a certain number of years? Okay, so mostly our investments at a minimum of 100,000, depending on the product that you are taking in, the silver, the gold. Some of them, the majority of them are on 12 months period. So you can cash it out or you can do any reinvestment. You know, it's really up to you. Right. Tabo, 100 rand reasonable. Yeah, maybe I should make it 300. What do you think, Tabo? We should raise it, man. Nah, I'm just joking. Okay. Vuisile says, hello, TJ. Will you be providing us with some of the educational and marketing material, stuff like posters, banners, and the likes? 100%. Yes, we will give you the content and you will be able to go and customize it and put it all out there. Letajo says, by being an ambassador, can I refer you the deals that are available and you do the rest for the part? Right. So Letajo has just touched on another aspect of the ambassador, right? Another aspect of the ambassador. As an ambassador, as an ambassador, you are not only looking for investments and looking for to sell the education piece. Now, you may be out there and wanting to look for deals. So what do I mean by that? We are always buying properties. You all know that. So what we are going to do now is, if you find a deal, there is two ways in which we are going to accommodate this. Number one, let's just take an example. Mondli. I think it says Mondli here. So Mondli here is, he is going to be in his neighborhood and he's going to see a property, and Mondli knows nothing about property, but he's an ambassador and he thinks this is a good property. He sends us the link on his workspace, right? And he says, this is a good property, this is the address, hala hala. We are going to pay Mondle a referral for the deal, right? Kind of like a 1%, 2%, right? However, if Mondle has gone to class to become a sourcing agent. So what is a sourcing agent? A sourcing agent is someone who goes out there to find the properties, they calculate it, put it in a proposal, and they know what the property is going to be looking like, and they have looked at the risks, they have calculated everything that needs to be done. There is renovation cost, everything is 100%. Mondle gets a different fee of sourcing that deal. So Mondle has now done most of the work. And when we get that deal now, it's a higher referral fee, but we don't call it referral fee now. It's now a sourcing fee. So for you to be a sourcing agent slash ambassador, there is a requirement that you go to class. And the fee of that class is separate outside your 100 Rand that you're going to be paying. And there is people that you can go through, will direct you. So we'll ask those that are wanting to be sourcing agents, who are they? And those that will say, yes, I want to be a sourcing agent, you go to class, you get certified. We know who that person is going to be, the sourcing agent teacher. And out of that, we'll then be able to work with you as a sourcing agent in whatever area you are in. You can get at average 3% of the deal. So you're talking about finding a deal for 1 million, or finding a deal for 5 million or 10 million, and now 3% of that is coming through to them. Okay, right, let me go on. Also for investors, we will get the memorandum of incorporation to present to our communities. You will get a proposal as and when we go out. So before we put a campaign, we'll meet here and we'll talk about the campaign. And we'll give you obviously the documentation that needs to go out. Some of it will stay online rather than us distributing documents all over the show. And people can then either go online and you can view it and you can see it there. All right. Jabu Lisle says, I'm keen, thank you very much. And Andile says, I thought you would cost 100K, but I'm in. Nah, not today, brother. Letaho, I'm keen, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm just seeing a lot of people here that are saying I'm keen with their email address. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right. Fundi. Fundi is asking the question, how long will the ambassador program be, the education part of it? I am a student myself for life, and I've always encouraged people that are within our circles to be students for life. Because today we are going to start about learning how to be a promoter. And the skills that we are going to be utilizing today, they might not work in 2 years' time. So we need to learn again, right? So education for us will never end, right? I suppose the real question that you want to ask there is, will I be forever paying 100 Rand? Not really. It's really up to you if you want to pay for the education or not. Stop, come back and start again. It's really up to you. But we will put in a bit of terms and conditions on those contracts. I think that's where the question is. Right. Thanks very much. I see a couple of people here. Ruben, I'm keen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for those that are saying that I'm keen. I am just looking for some more questions. Jimmy says, hi, TJ and Rita. If we are going to run this as a business, which business name do we use for running this project? M5 Property Addicts, or we need to register a company specifically for this project? How do we handle this? Okay, good. Now, Jimmy, I'm going to give you an example of someone who is online now. Okay. And this person came to me and then they said, TJ, I run my own business already. Okay. And they do some form of coaching, life coaching and that kind of thing. And they already have their business running. Let's call it ABC, right? On top of that, life coaching, because they have had so many people coming in over the years, so they've got a database, let's say 20,000 people who come for life coaching, right? And then they've got a second business that they run as a creche. So they've got lots of parents that are coming in there. Between the two businesses that they have, they've got a database of round about 48,000 people. And they've come to me and they said to me, these people have given me consent that whenever I have something they want to know, so I can share it with them. I normally share stuff with them. And in the company ABC, where I do life coaching, now this is where I am going to do this business. So it's a hair business. They run it. It's their own. On the contract that I'm going to send you guys, the ambassador is no longer the person. So it's no longer Jimmy. The ambassador is ABC company. And the person who's going to be the person who's going to run this now is Jimmy. I hope my example makes sense. So it's your company that you need to create if you don't have a company. If you want to run it as a company, it's really up to you. Because remember, if you do it as a company, it's going to make sense. At some point, you're going to make some good money. And I don't want you to get in trouble with SARS. So if you're running it in a business, then you treat it as a business. If it's coming through in your personal personal income, all of a sudden now you've got 100, 200,000 that you're earning, but you're not going to be making 200,000 because SARS is going to take 45% of that. So I don't want you to get into such kind of trouble. Okay. Fundi is asking, what is the difference between an ambassador than being a real estate agent? Estate agents, they go out there, they find properties and they sell them. We're not doing that. We are not going to get anyone's property to sell. No. We are going to be promoting educational products, investment products, and that's what we do. An estate agent goes and gets rental properties, and then they sell them to those people that are wanting to rent. We don't do that as an ambassador. I hope the difference there is a little bit clear. Jimmy says I'm in. A couple of people here that are saying I'm in. Blessing. Okay, Blessing was just saying hi, TJ. Right. Do we allow to do social media campaign in our local areas, such as funnel marketing and create leads? 100%, Andile, high five. That's why you're here. That's exactly what this is all about. Please elaborate on the 297 subscription once-off. Okay, so as part of this program, we do have what is called the M5 Property Varsity. And with M5 Property Varsity, it's a subscription-based. Just like you have Netflix at home, right? So you pay every month. I don't know how much is Netflix now, 99 Rand? I'm not so sure how much it is. Let's just assume it's 100 Rand. Okay, so out of that, what basically happens is that on a monthly basis, now you're paying the subscription. Okay, now when you are paying for the subscription, it basically means that on a monthly basis, it's coming off your account and whatever the case is. Now, the 297 is not a subscription to you, the ambassador. No, it is the varsity, the courses that we have on the varsity that you can promote to other people. And what we're saying is that when you promote and sell to other people, right? So we're actually going to do maybe a short video or to explain this a little bit deeper as well. So when you sell a 297 to other people, you have an option. So at the moment in this pilot, we're saying you are going to get 297 is a once-off, okay, for being the promoter, ambassador, and then the person will continue learning in the classes that we have. All right, and it's online. There's a subscription, so you're getting remunerated as a once-off. I hope that makes sense. Jabuli Sile Tungwana. How are costs relating to hosting events managed? For instance, venue hire and physical events and data for online events. Does N5 cover the cost, and how are they offset? Jabuli Sile, right. This is your business that we are setting up for you. I'm going to give you an example. Some people, there's many venues that are like for free. There's many venues that you can pay at minimum, or you can charge 100 Rand to your people and cover your base in terms of your costs. So you can come to us and say, guys, on 1 March, I want to run an event in my area. So I'm going to utilize this marketing material, and I am in, I don't know, college. So what can we promote for my area? And we'll say to you, maybe it's education, because people want education. So you're going to charge 100 Rand. And 100 Rand, they're going to say, well, we can come and do that training for maybe an hour, for 2 hours, or the 100 Rand. But once we are in that class for the 100 Rand, we are going to upsell. And the upsell that we're going to do is maybe for a 2,000. And now the 2,000 basically means that there is people that are going to buy this, let's say 40 people, and 40 people out of each 2,000 Rand, you get a commission as well. And your 100 Rand that you charged for people to come in, you can hold on to that and cover your costs. Right, and then I will have a look at it, or should I say we will have a look at it from a team perspective. Is this something that we can do online? Is this something that we physically need to come? But if any of our team members now need to come out to you, let's talk about Rustenburg, right? There's a little bit of a fee now for us to come to Rustenburg. Let's just say you are in Lusaka in Zambia. I saw a couple of people that are in Zambia, in Ghana, that are online with us now. Now there's a cost for us to fly there if we're going to do it in person. Okay, and all of those things, we can talk about it. Remember, this is business to business. I want to help you to get your business going. So how best can I do it? So if you've got a way in terms of which you can generate these leads and how we can do it cheaper, affordable, bingo, we'll do it. Right, Jabu listener, I hope I've answered that question. Right, Lindy was asking, is there any way of finding out the people who are in the same area from this group? Yes, so what we are going to do is all those people that are going to be interested, once you sign your contract, at the end, signing contract is for free, right? You're not going to pay me any amount. And out of that, we're going to have a Facebook group. And in the Facebook group, we can then communicate where you guys and all of those things. And yeah, right. Someone else here says to me, can someone sell in different provinces at the same time? Yeah, even in different times at the same time. Right, I want to do the sourcing agent class. Okay, we'll send you the details of that when we send the recording. I'm interested in the sourcing agent. Okay, good. How long is the pilot period envisioned? The pilot is probably going to be 2 months. 2 months, so by the end of March or somewhere there, we'll close the pilot, and we'll probably be able now to know exactly. Yeah. Okay. That was Mariki asking that question. Zandile, I'm keen. Okay. Thank you. Mondle, thank you. Oh, kindly provide a contact details where we can inquire more. Right. Inquiring more is, I think, I really want to get all the questions out. That's why I'm answering question by question. So Mondle, happy to engage you on here, on the more that you're asking for. Please ask all the questions. By the end of this session, even if I have to stay for another hour or so, I need to be able to answer all the questions so that you can say, I'm good, because your question, someone else might be thinking about it now, or maybe, but by the end of this session, I want to be able to say to you, you can join in and you can sign your contract. Okay. Or maybe if you're not 100% so sure, maybe the contract will give you the answers. And if you're not happy with the contract, happy for you to decline it. Happy for you to decline it as well. Okay, right, let me see here. I want to be an ambassador in researching. Training will be provided at no cost. Eric, I want to be an ambassador, sourcing agent. Will the sourcing agent training be provided at no cost to me, or I have to pay for it? The sourcing training, you'll have to pay for it. It's outside my domain. We don't offer that in M5 Property Addicts, but we know of a person who can help you out with that. We will share their details, and you can fund that on your own. All right, head on. Do we have to register as financial advisors to promote the investments? Head on, not at this stage. You're just promoting the selling, which is why we are not allowing you to sell. The selling is going to be happening on our side. You are just promoting there on your side. Right. Vuyisile, so how best can we set up our business to avoid pitfalls with the SaaS? Do I need to set up a PTY or a trust? PTY will do you good, easy to register as well. And I think run with us in this 2 months and see whether this is something that you want to do before you incur all the costs there of setting up a company and all of those things. Right. Someone is asking, Sneh, as someone who wants to be a sourcing agent, do we have access to mentor and work closely with skilled accountants, builders, and everyone else involved? From a sourcing agent perspective, mentorship, yes, is available. Skilled other people, builders, and everyone else within our network will open up those people to you, and then you can be able to pick and choose on who you want to be working with. Nadia, are there any options for those who do not have Facebook? Potentially so. We might just be opening up for those people that are going to go ahead with joining with us. We may open a WhatsApp group, and on the WhatsApp group, we will then maybe have a few people that will be champions to manage the group, so that we do not have any random stuff and political and all of those other things being distributed there. It is specifically for what we are talking about here. Okay, Eric is asking, please do provide the details of the sourcing agent. Yes, we did say we're going to share that. Right, actually there is. So for your sourcing, you can contact Jenna at m5propertyvarsity.com, and that will be the details there. Right. Now, I think I've covered all the questions. Juliet says, sourcing agent that introduced me to M5 Property Addicts was Sweleni in Pisa. I don't know her. I've heard of her. Yeah. Montle, I want to know about finding a property that is selling, and M5, the link. I am more interested in that. Does it have to be a property that already selling by an agent? It doesn't matter. When you're a sourcing agent, you will know where to get properties on the market, off market, and that's what sourcing teaches you. How do you get properties before they even get to the market? You know, so that's what sourcing is all about. Right, I'm going to take my last question, and the last question is, how can one access the presentation slides, if any? Poor connection. Okay, good. So you're going to get the recording of this session in your mailbox by tomorrow, and you can be able to play it from the start to now as we are finishing off. But for all of you guys that have agreed, or should I say that have indicated to us that you want to go ahead, awesome sauce, what we are going to do is between tomorrow and tomorrow is what? Wednesday. Between tomorrow and Thursday, you are going to receive a DocuSign form. You will receive a DocuSign form. In that DocuSign, basically what you're now going to get is the contract. Go through it, complete it accordingly, right? And if you're going to do this in a company, type in your company name, the bank account, and you know where the money is going to be paid. That's number one. Number two, if you are not going to do it as a company, that's fine. Then put in your own details. What about if you're wanting to do it in a company and you haven't registered the company? That's okay too. Put it in as a company, put it in as your personal name, right? When you send the response back to us, then tell us that you're going to change it into a company because you haven't registered your company yet. When you then have a company registered, maybe next week or in a month's time, when you've made some profit and now you have a company, then you can send in the request to us. We'll send you an email address, the email address which we'll have. I think it will be, the email address will be ambassadors@M5 Property Addicts. I will communicate with you guys what the email address. And out of that, you can then change your contract from your personal to the company. Make sense? Good. Next steps, contracts. After that, those that would have signed their contracts, please do sign your contracts by Monday. And after that, we'll then start scheduling in the education piece and the first product that we are going to be promoting next week. So we'll start with our first training already next week, around about, I think we'll schedule it for Thursday. So Thursday, 7 o'clock, we will do our first training of how do we promote, and the first product, or should I say the first products that we want to take to market. What are they? Where can you get the marketing material and all of those things? So we'll prepare all of that on our side. Good. Thank you very much for joining. Merry Christmas. I didn't say that right. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I am trusting that all of you is going to be a great year for you. Yeah, to your blessings and to your successes. All right. Cheers, guys. Goodbye. Rita, let me join you. Give me join. No, let me give you a call. I'll give you a call now. Okay. Bye.
Bye.